Differences between Korean and American laws. Today, I want to talk about the differences between Korean and American laws. In a longer video, let's discuss these differences. 1. Public drinking laws. In the United States, drinking in most public places is prohibited. This is likely to prevent incidents and accidents caused by alcohol consumption. Since firearms are allowed in the US, this regulation helps prevent alcohol-related incidents involving guns. In Korea, drinking in public places is allowed. This aims to establish a more relaxed drinking culture and avoid stress from regulation. However, this law is problematic as it leads to various incidents and accidents such as drunk driving, assaults, and other alcohol-related issues. While some Koreans may disagree, the law often results in reduced sentences due to claims of diminished capacity because of alcohol consumption. Even in other crimes, the defense of diminished capacity due to drinking is often heard in Korean courts. Claiming diminished capacity based on alcohol consumption is an unreasonable aspect of Korean law. 2. Automobile laws. In the US, if a car manufacturer causes a defect, they face heavy fines and significant compensation through legal proceedings. This forces manufacturers to promptly recall defective vehicles and hold them accountable for any harm caused by such defects. This is a well-designed aspect of US law. In contrast, in Korea, car manufacturers often do not face heavy fines or significant compensation for manufacturing defects. This is partly due to lobbying by car manufacturers with lawmakers and government agencies. Korean car owners often receive poorer treatment compared to foreign car owners. Some Koreans buy Korean cars out of patriotism, but many have switched to foreign cars due to this issue. Faulty patriotism has led to Korean manufacturers neglecting their domestic customers. Even with severe defects, refunds for cars in Korea are rare. Manufacturers frequently refuse refunds with various excuses. Korean cars have reached price levels comparable to imported cars. But do Korean cars perform as well as European, American, or Japanese cars? Or have their prices just increased? 3. The seriousness of the law. US law can be very strict, sometimes ensuring that a criminal never leaves prison. In the case of serious crimes, such as first-degree murder, they often include life without parole, and crimes are rarely one-off, preventing criminals from re-entering society. In Korea, there is a life sentence, but criminals can be paroled after serving a certain period of time. We sometimes see parole on TV. Furthermore, Korean law reduces sentences for various reasons, such as first-time offenders, mental illness, impaired ability, letters of apology, and agreement with victims. Many criminals write apologies or express regret to reduce their sentences and be released. Life sentences are rare, even if they result in death from drunk driving. 4. The difference in self-defense between South Korea and the United States. In the United States, self-defense is often established in response to violence and threats from others. There are many opinions that this is a legitimate defense posture against assault and intimidation received by the perpetrator from the victim. If another person enters the house and makes an assault or threat, the victim can defend the perpetrator by assaulting or killing him. This is because the perpetrator is held accountable without creating unfavorable conditions for the victim. In the case of South Korea, self-defense is very different from that of the United States. Korea's self-defense stipulates excessive assault and defense murder, no matter how much the perpetrator can assault, invade, or intimidate. Korean lawyers say that when assaulting, they should leave evidence in everything, not assaulting others. Even if the perpetrator is assaulted without reason, if the perpetrator is assaulted, it becomes a two-way assault and self-defense is not recognized. It is the same as saying that when the perpetrator assaulted the victim should not be assaulted in self-defense. It is as if you can report an assault only when you are hit without unconditionally hitting the perpetrator. Who is this law for? Those who make this law in our country must be assaulted first for no reason. Only then can we see how stupid this law is. 5. Differences between Korean and American soldiers. In the US, enlistment is based on voluntary service, resulting in professional soldiers who undergo rigorous military training to enhance their operational capabilities. This creates a sense of becoming a professional soldier. Freedom and commitment. In the US, there is a strong perception that military personnel are dedicated to defending freedom and peace. Upon discharge, they typically receive high respect and gratitude. National duty. In Korea, military service is a national duty for all men, and it's an unavoidable obligation for most men. Military service in Korea is considered an essential obligation of citizenship, with a mandatory service period of 1 year and 6 months. Accidents and recognition in Korea. Military accidents caused by negligence often face difficulty in acknowledgement and securing compensation due to the lack of public opinion. Support and recognition upon death of a soldier. The U.S. offers various programs and support for the family, including educational assistance, medical support, and housing support. American military families benefit from various support programs, whereas, in Korea, families of soldiers who die during training have a harder time being recognized as war veterans, and programs to assist the bereaved family are often limited. 6. Differences between defamation in Korea and the US. Here's a comparison of the differences in defamation laws between Korea and the US. Korea. Legal standards. Korea has laws that punish the dissemination of both false and true information if it damages a person's reputation. Additionally, criminal penalties are possible. Political influence. This law was often made by politicians, implying that individuals should not freely speak about certain criminal acts they may have committed. Impact of legal actions. If an individual, especially someone without financial means, spreads factual information about wealthy individuals, they could find themselves facing legal action in court. Suppression of free speech. Such legal provisions can be perceived as suppressing free speech rather than protecting it. U.S. legal standards. In the U.S., criminal penalties for defamation are not present. Instead, damages are awarded through civil lawsuits. Financial impact. Defamation damages in the U.S. can range from thousands to millions of dollars, particularly in cases where malicious defamation is proven.
O projeto Juntos Educar, que
strongly emphasizes freedom of speech, and defamation laws offer more protection when dealing with public figures and media. If this video has been helpful to you, please subscribing, like, and leave a comment. It means a lot to me and gives me great strength. Thank you to everyone, and I'll be back with better videos. See you next time.